Hey guys, good morning. It is Christmas Eve, which means I have to actually go buy all the Christmas presents I've been putting off. We are out running around town, but first, a lot of you have been emailing me, what's up with the black flag at the White House? Is there a black flag at the White House? Well, yeah, there is. I've shown it to you before, probably almost every day, and we've shown you the one at the Capitol, but a lot of you are asking, why is it there? Well, show not tell. All right, so let's head over to the White House first. Let me show you what I see. All right, hey guys, we are on 16th Street heading to the White House. The White House is just down there, other side of Lafayette Park. It's hard to see because the press viewing stand for the inaugural parade is kind of blocking the view, but it's there. We'll get down there in a few blocks. We got to go through Black Lives Matter Plaza, and then we'll park the car and go into Lafayette Park. All right, we're now in Black Lives Matter Plaza, which is kind of cobblestone. It makes it really bumpy. On the left is the AFL-CIO headquarters. Then you also see the steeple of St. John's Episcopal Church. That was the church where a small fire was lit during the George Floyd protest. That's also the church where Donald Trump held up the Bible after clearing out the park with the police and military in that event that was widely publicized at the time. On my right, with all the flags down there, that's the Hay Adams Hotel. Popular hotel with the big mucky mucks, rich set. And on the right is actually, they have an office of the Motion Picture Association. That's the guys who do lobbying for the movie theaters and whatnot. And over is the Ronald Reagan Institute, which I have no idea what they do, but they've got a signage on the door saying they're the Ronald Reagan Institute. Go figure. All right, let's go park this car. Okay, guys, we've parked our car down here about a block from the White House. This, by the way, this little alley that you see here, this is the President's Escape Alley. There is a tunnel to the Treasury Building and a tunnel from the Treasury Building to the Treasury Annex that leads to a giant vault door back there, allowing the President to get out of the White House and into the escape alley and away from the premises if the need ever arises. Now, that's not a big secret. It's on Google. You can look up President Escape Alley and you'll actually find it. But it is kind of a funny little thing down here on H Street. This, by the way, is the former home of Dolly Madison, President James Madison's widow. And it was also the first headquarters of NASA. That's where the Mercury 7 astronauts were introduced to the public for the first time. In the dining room there, that's where NASA had a press conference. Okay. Lafayette Park, what little we can see, as so much of it is boarded up with the presidential viewing stand and they put boards all the way along. God, it's icy out here, guys. Look at this. We got ice meltdown. It's not always working that well. But let's head down this way, and I should be able to get you a view of the flags atop of the White House, in between all the construction trailers, the press viewing stand, and the presidential viewing stand where Donald Trump will watch the inaugural parade on January 20th. That's less than a month away, isn't it? Still don't know what I'll be doing, if I'll be covering that. I'll be out here for the inaugural. I just don't know where, what kind of credentials I'll get, if any. It's going to be complicated. Let's see if we can go down here and get a view of the flag. Let's see if the wind is actually blowing, so you can actually see what the flags are. Well, they're working here on Christmas Eve. Look at that. Construction crew still hammering and sawing on the press viewing stand. That's the one that's right closest to us. Oof. Now, up on the top of the White House, I do see two flags. Can't really get you a clear view from here, though. Then we could try to shoot through the fence. Let's see what we can do here. Okay, we can see the wreath and the press viewing stand, and there's the flagpole. And up on the top there you can see two flags, the American flag and the black flag below it. Unfortunately, the wind isn't really blowing right now, so you can't see what's on it. But there is a logo on it. The logo, let's see if we can get a better view on the side, maybe. There are a ton of trees here. I mean, like every direction I go, there's tree. We're gonna have to manually, there we go. There's a view of the flag and the logo. It's hard to make out here. That's stupid focus, hang on. We had to switch to manual focus because the tree kept taking it. But right there, you can see part of the logo of the POWMIA flag. That's the POWMIA flag that you've seen for probably the last 30 or 40 years, calling for all missing and former prisoners to be accounted for. That flies over the White House, the Capitol, the Pentagon, and some post offices. Maybe we'll get a breeze and we can see more of it. But maybe let's zoom in a little bit. You can't really make it out here, but that's the POWMIA flag that flies over the White House. It is the black flag at the White House. I mean, seriously, how hard is it for a gust of wind to blow? We moved over to a little different angle. You can just kind of make out the logo there. I think that's the one prisoner that's in the logo there, at the bottom there. Let's see if we can get a better view. Here's a good view of the press gallery on the right, and then the presidential viewing stand is being built on the left. You can see it's got some serious construction. Those are some big girders. It'll have bulletproof glass. It's not just the stand you see at your local homecoming parade. It's a pretty solid piece of construction. All right, let's go back to the flag. Okay, there's a little different view. You can just see the letters POW on the top there. That is the POWMIA flag over the White House today. And we're going to head out. I'm going to show you a few more places that have the POWMIA flag in Washington, and then we're going to do our Christmas shop. As we head out of the White House area, the flag's back behind those trees, through Lafayette Park, next to the building, over here is the Veterans Administration. And you can see on the VA, they also have a black flag. That is the POWMIA flag as well. Let's go closer. Out away from the trees there, you can see the POWMIA flag under the American flag at the Veterans Administration headquarters. Does it say VA? It does say VA somewhere. I can't see it from this distance, but that is the VA. Oh, there it is, Department of Veterans Affairs. And they have the POWMIA flag as well, flying over there. Oh, now the breeze comes up. Do we have a breeze at the White House? Let me show you this. That's, of course, the St. John's Church. That's the church we talked about with George Floyd and the small fire and the Bible. But up there, behind it, on the side of the AFL-CIO, you see that? Those are the White House webcams. The cam that you guys watch on YouTube, see what's going on at the White House, that's it. It's a 24/7 camera showing you what's on the White House. I think the other ones are Secret Service, to be honest. But it's right there next to that church. Okay, we're going to head out of Lafayette Park. That is the U.S. Court of Appeals for the Federal Circuit. That's one of two U.S. Courts of Appeals in D.C. The other one is the U.S. Court of Appeals for the District of Columbia, which is downtown. D.C. gets two courts of appeals, which is kind of funky. This yellow house is called the Taylor House. This was the home of a wealthy Washingtonian who had a big social to-do. He was kind of like the trendsetter in D.C., and everybody in, well, the Gilded Age and before that used to come to Taylor House, and then there was a place called the Washington Club, which was next door. A long time ago, there was a guy named Philip Barton Keyes. He was the district attorney for the U.S. He was the U.S. attorney for the District of Columbia. Well, that's a mouthful. He was also the son of Francis Scott Key. And one day he was out here, and a congressman named Congressman Sickles saw him. Now, here's the problem. Congressman Sickles' wife and Philip Barton Key were having an affair. So Congressman Sickles came out here and shot Key dead. 3 shots right here by this tree. All right? Now, what's so interesting about that is he pled temporary insanity and won. This was the first time a temporary insanity case was ever decided in the U.S. He got off for murdering Philip Barton Key, who was having an affair with his wife. Interesting final note to that. Congressman Sickles then issued a public forgiveness for his wife. And that was a scandal, all right? That a man should forgive his wife who had an affair on him. That was a huge scandal in the Washington social world back then. Anyway, a little bit of trivia next to the White House. So Christmas Eve, and D.C. is actually really empty right now. Biden gave all federal workers the day off for Christmas Eve. That's not totally unheard of. Usually if it's a Monday or Friday, the federal government gives them the day off, but this being a Tuesday, it's a little bit outside the norm. We are now down on the National Mall. We're going to cross over, turn by the Air and Space Museum, and make our way to the U.S. Capitol so I can show you what flags are flying at the U.S. Capitol. And hopefully we'll get some wind up here, yeah? 'Cause it was pretty dead back at the White House. Okie dokie, here is the Air and Space Museum. Wow, they've got all the they got all the construction hoarding off almost. This is the new entrance vestibule, basically, designed to have a security screening outside of the priceless collection of planes. This part hasn't reopened on the right. It's been a couple years, and it's about $1 billion renovation. They've been ongoing inside. Hopefully in the new year it should open. I can take you guys back in and see the whole Air and Space Museum, not just half. This is the Museum of American Indians, and it's a pretty cool museum as well. I think it's the second newest museum on the National Mall, behind the African American History Museum. All right, keep going up to the Capitol, and we'll probably just pull over and take a picture from the street because we don't have to get that close with the big lens. Okay, guys, there is the Capitol Christmas tree. What are those people doing, taking pictures like Santa? That's kind of cool. Anyway, up above you see the platform for the inauguration still being built. See that rickety part over there? That's probably where the press will get stuck, and we'll probably have to fear for our lives. And then as we go up to the Capitol Dome, there, you see the flag. Oh, it was just blowing a second ago. There you can see there is a black flag under the U.S. Capitol Dome as well. Let me see if I can zoom in. The American flag is flying, but the POW MIA flag that flies there is still kind of just bleh. Come on, breeze. Nope, no such luck. Well, maybe. Hey, we can zoom a little bit more digitally here. There we go. Hey, there we go. You can see it now. POW MIA flag blowing underneath the American flag. Must be a heavier flag. Yep. So guys, the POW MIA flag also flies at the U.S. Capitol building. There it's blowing a little bit. It's a pretty calm day in D.C. Yeah. Now this lattice work here, that's kind of new. I think that's just for the inaugural. They put this up. I guess they could probably hang some banners or something over that. I'm not entirely sure. We haven't seen, don't think that's construction related. Maybe it is, because, behind it I actually see scaffolding. Do you guys see scaffolding? So maybe this is some construction work they're doing. Oh, there's a breeze here now. At least there's a breeze where I am. There you go. Hey guys, over there is the U.S. Pentagon building. We're on Columbia Island Marina. And up above there are two American flags here. There's one and there's the other. And beneath them, they both have black flags. Those are the POW MIA flags, but we need a good gust of wind. There we go. Let's zoom in. All right, so much for that big gust of wind. But maybe we'll get one. We can go over to the other one. There. No wind over there either. What a crappy day to film this video. You can sort of make it out there. Okay guys, we are now down in Georgetown. No flags here, just got to finish the Christmas shopping. Unfortunately, the weather, it's just kind of meh, there's no wind, so I can't really show you the flags fluttering everywhere. I can show you the canal here in Georgetown, the C&O Canal. It's currently been drained because they're doing some maintenance down there. I think some of the old stone walls here are starting to collapse. Hopefully by spring, though, they'll clean this up, get rid of all this stuff, and have water back here. There's a little water and ice. Like I said, it is kind of cold today. We're going to head up this street, Thomas Jefferson, and pop into a store that has recently returned to Georgetown after a 10-year absence. A giant Barnes & Noble store. So let's go buy some Christmas gifts. Right over there, by the way, is a place called Baked and Wired, which has the most amazing cinnamon rolls on the weekends, sometimes. They said they're hurting for bakers, but when they do have enough bakers, they have these amazing cinnamon rolls. All right, let's keep going up this way. That's the canal towpath, and these are some of the old townhouses. Like this little green place here is easily like $1.2 million, $1.5 million if you want to buy it. It's probably about 1,500 square feet at most. Okay, all the books in the windows. Let's go inside. It's been 10 years since this was a bookshop. That's fiction. I want non-fiction. Yes, for that we have to go upstairs. There's a book. It was kind of like my book the other day. This, by the way, is a great book. If you want to know all the spy sites in DC. Let's go upstairs. Okay, and we're out. And no, you don't get to see the books I bought because my kids watch these videos too. Would surprise what Santa's bringing them. Anyway, so about those flags. Why is there a black flag over the White House, the Congress, the Pentagon, and post offices and other buildings, federal buildings? It's because of Donald Trump. Donald Trump signed a law about 5 or 6 years ago, sponsored by basically the VFW, that requires the POW MIA flag to be flown all the time at major government buildings, including the White House. So if you want to learn more about that, I'll put some links in the description. You can read about the passage of that law many years ago. But that's it for today. Happy Christmas, Merry Christmas. I'm going to go away for a few days, but I'll be back at the end of the week. Biden is off to St. Croix. The Vice President's off to LA. Congress is gone. So it's going to be a quiet time in DC. So I'm going to go see some family. Hope you all have a Merry Christmas. Bye-bye.